The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Tiger Technician Hour with your host, Basil Chapman. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Now, Basil Chapman.
Good morning, everyone. On this Friday, the 27th of June, we're looking at the Dow of 333 points at 43,716. It is just really on fire. And now I can talk about this weekly chart. You see this very quick peak B, 2 bars rest, goes to leg C, then it goes peak C with 1 bar, and then this week we've had a huge green candle. So very often when you go very quickly, especially the B to C to D, you get some kind of a pullback the following day. You just got to be a following bar. You got to be ready for that. That's all. The other thing I'm looking at here is that, and this is something that it's kind of a nice problem to deal with, because we have at least 3-4 positions that we have that are at all-time highs. Where do you add? That's the thing. And we're waiting for a pullback to add to some of these, because we aren't as we took some off and we want to get back in. So that's going to be the issue, right? And I've got a list of stocks that we're looking at that really are looking fabulous. I just don't know if I want to get into it right at this moment. And that's silly, because sometimes you just got to get in because everything's good and then just deal with it. So you put in a stop and that's it. Well, I haven't done that. I've done it on some positions, but not in others. And also we did take even more of our gold and silver positions, because this move, let me get to it right now. Okay, so the Dow is up 300, now it's up 322. The S&P is up, so the Dow is 0.75% up, 0.75 of a point. The S&P is just over a half a point, 0.55, is up 33 at 61.74, all-time high. Look what it does to, I've been talking about this for ages. Look what it does to this V-shape. A lot of people have been talking about double tops, and what I've been saying is the V-shape pattern is the one that has the most power on the way down and the way up. The cup formation has much less power. It might result in the same thing, but very often at that left side high, it's going to stall. One of the reasons being, it takes a lot of work. You come down, you stop, then you come down, and then you go up, you stop, you go up, you go. So it looks great, except for one thing. It's used up a lot of time, and it's used up a lot of static movement as well in between. Whereas look at this power on the V-shaped pattern, the weekly chart of the S&P. Whoosh, you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bars down, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 bars up. So it's slightly a little bit off kilter, because the plumb line right here would have said that you would have had the high made a few bars ago. That's weekly bars. It doesn't matter. All that happens is you got this powerful V-shape, and this last move that breaks, and it's a Friday, so anything can happen, but the last move that broke the left side high of 6147.43, look at the power of this leg C, and it should still go in the Chapman methodology. A buy mode should go to a buy signal. Buy signal should be upgraded to a buy mode, which should take you to at least 4 higher peaks, and then you reassess. Well, the daily's in C and the weekly's in C. So the daily says to get a peak C, it'll have to be anytime, maybe Monday, that doesn't make it higher high than today, even by 1 penny. And then you get the leg D maybe Tuesday. We'll see. But I'm anticipating next week we get some signals to say this is where you can assess to see whether or not you get a pullback. Now, I'm going to add this because it's Technical Friday. To get a serious decline, it doesn't happen unless the news that pervades the market is assessed as negative. No. Negative is one thing, very negative, and then you get the sustained move down. Anything other than that, remember, all the stuff with tariffs, has anybody even mentioned the word tariff lately? So whatever the trigger word is, that's what accelerates and exacerbates the move to the downside. And it permeates. And remember, I had this and I said, how we break to the upside is going to be very important, because we had that pullback. And if that was an internal high and a residual high, this could be a brand new move to the upside. I mean, I can't believe what I'm saying, but that's the way we're going to look at it and try to be as independent of news as possible until it impacts the market negatively. All right. So with that said, you've got the S&P up 0.5%, just over 0.5%, and the QQQ is up. Where did that go? I always do that. I forgot to change the window right there. QQQ. Here we've got it. QQQ is up 0.62%. It's up 327 at 549.51, all-time high. Look at this. This is the comp index. The comp index. Look to within one bar of the left side, right side price time match. Look at that. Now, I like the plumb line to be where the trough is, or if it's on the upside, you're making an arch formation where the peak is. But in this case, I chose this peak right here because it's a tiny, not a doji, but a very tiny candle. I like tiny candles. It's right at a 200-period moving average, and it said you could use it from the high that was made on the 16th of December of 2024 at 20,063. If you go to the low that was made on the 7th of April, you're going to go way into July. So I used this, and I said, I'm going to use this, and I'm going to use it together with the Chapman wave inside wedge target repellent line. And that just took us to Monday. Takes us to Monday to get to that exact high from the high of mid-December of 2024, and we just did it today. Boom. Isn't that amazing? So, all right, now the inside wedge says, this dashed green line, the further up you go, and this is like a V shape, but really think of it more as the cup pattern, because look how long it's taken. This is one that says, at this particular point right here at 20,298 in the comp, this is the Y, this is the over 2,000 symbols in the NDX, what is it actually called? Let me give you the full title here. It's the NASDAQ Composite, it's just simple. NASDAQ Composite Index. That really took a lot of work, huh? Yeah, NASDAQ Composite Index, much broader, has gone above the December 20,204 high. That was from the year 2024. Isn't that a coincidence? And we've just broken out. Now, how July reacts, if the July candle is much higher, then it says, forget that V-shaped double top. The V-shaped power of this move is either an F or a brand new A. I can't believe I'm saying it, but I am. This is either an old F, continuation pattern, or a brand new leg A. Now, we don't have to make any decisions there. And it's not saying, oh, you could go up and could go down. What a brilliant call that is. No, it's got nothing to do with that. It's the Chapman wave notation and how you use it. But look, this is only a leg B. In the weekly chart, it should still go to a leg C, a peak C, then a leg D, and then a peak D. So this is really bullish, even if we had to pull back sharply maybe next week. Who knows why? But I'll be back. Basil Chapman, Dow's up 312, S&P's up 34. Time conditions are. I've got a lot of questions coming in, and I'll get to them as soon as I return.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
TFNN has launched The Tiger's Den, hosted at Discord. TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years, with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Hi folks, we're back. So Technical Friday, I'm going to just go straight into a whole bunch of things that I would have normally done, but this is really important. So first of all, on a technical basis, I thought very much that this morning there was a chance that regardless of what my emotions were, that we're getting kind of overbought and that Robinhood was pulling back a little bit. Good clue that maybe we're starting to stall a little bit. But General Electric was great. So it's a real mixed market for my signals, not for anything else. We are along all those positions I just mentioned. But at the same time, I thought, great, look, we did this arch formation in the 5-minute E-mini. We came back. We did the left side, right side price time match to the plumb line that I chose. Everything worked out nicely. And then we hit exactly the 200-period moving average in the 5-minute chart that it hadn't even been there. I mean, when last did it hit? I don't want to go back. It hadn't been there for ages, since yesterday. And all of a sudden, it hit it and it sprang. I thought, great, this is a good time. Maybe there's going to be a two-click session where I get in the lows of the biggest pullback after the early morning rally and failure, and then just sit there until the close. And maybe by 3:30 or maybe even get a Chapman wave 352. That's a particular technique that I've developed over the many years, decades actually. So, and then what happened? I got in. And then just as we're going to the news before 1 minute before 10, I thought, I've got the show, I've got a lot going on. All right, I'll just get out of the position. So we're in nice and low, right at the turning point there, and at about 62.20 something, I get out, and then the news comes in, whoosh, it goes up, and now it's consolidating. So I just, on a purely technical basis, I want to show, and there's the Chapman Wave Instant Restart, DE, right on the 200-period moving average in the 1-minute chart, which is a nice clue to say if it breaks above, then it could start a nice move with a 9-period moving average, very strong. That's exactly what we've got. Even now with the pullback so far, the 1-minute chart is not yet going pink with a 9-period moving average. So these are techniques that I wanted to discuss. Look, and yeah, you've got this beautiful green 9-period moving average in the 5-minute chart over the 14. There's a chance. You never know, but it would be one of those 2-click sessions. For me, I did 2 clicks, I'm out. I'll have to rethink everything maybe during the show. I prefer not to do anything during the show. That's why I got out. It was just a little distraction that I didn't need. All right, so let me just do this right now. So that was the comp index. The IWM, doing okay today. It's up 76.76%. No, it's up 0.37%, up 78 cents at 260.19, and it's gone to a leg D, so it's getting closer to some kind of a pullback. Now, I'm just going to stress once again, for me to start short positions as we did before, because we had news that was being perceived as very negative, right? And then there was the whole thing going on with talk about Iran, etc. And all of a sudden, last weekend, everything changed. So with that in mind, I don't know what it's going to take right now to get the market so bearish that everything takes us down. So let's just skip all that. I'll finish up with these, and I'll just real quickly look. Gold down 68. This is in a sell mode, and it doesn't matter where it closes. The fact that it's gone to this level within a rectangle that I can see, I'm not going to draw it in right now, and right on the 14-period exponential moving average in the weekly says sell mode in the daily, but not, maybe by the end of the day I'll have to go to a sell signal in the weekly. Let's go to silver quickly, and silver is now pulling back sharply, but it's still holding much, much better. And as I say, we've taken quite a bit of our gold and silver positions, maybe a little less so in the silver, but I still think it's going to be coming down. That's our core mining with CDE, which we've had. Let's see what CDE is. Yeah, it's down 41 cents at 854. I think these are coming down, so I'm going to just, we can always get back in. So okay, with that, let's go to high-grade copper. High-grade copper is pulling back quite sharply, down 0.06 at 5.05. Let me just have a look. Yeah, okay. That's did that. Crude oil, just real quickly. Crude oil up 72 cents, but it's right on the 200-period moving average, going nowhere. And once again, we'll go to the bonds, and we'll say the bonds right now are unchanged. So the TLT is it's an F. It's at 87.82, down 13 cents, and the TBT is trough E going to the 200-period exponential moving average of 35.15, and we're going to have to watch it closely, because if it slides under that, that is very bullish for bonds, bearish for yields. That's exactly what you want, yields to come down. Okay, let me quickly look at Toll Brothers. I was asked about that. Toll Brothers has gone to a leg D just under the 200-period moving average of 116.44. It's trading right now at 114.98. Nice action. So that is improving. Remember, it was about 3-4 days ago, and I said you could start a position here. It's not my favorite thing. I'd prefer to see it rally into tomorrow. That was a few days ago. It's done okay. So it's really showing some strength to the upside in the weekly chart. That's a good sign. Okay, now let's get to the questions. Let me look down. So GRAL. Why did that not come up? There are GRAL. That is Grail Inc. multi-cancer detector is trading down 76 cents at 48.62, leg E. And it's just been walking the 9-period moving average. And Jason, when you asked about this quite some time ago, I said, as long as it's moving and the 9-period moving average it's a biotech, a multi-cancer detector. You can't really, it's hard to do anything other than to follow technically. And at some point you can always expect some kind of slide to the downside. But at this point, it's just within a rectangle to the upside. It hit 63.99 back in February of 2021. It plummets down to the 20 level, and now the weekly chart's gone peak A, peak B, peak C, and leg D underneath it. So normally what I do, I would love to grab the outer limits for the rectangle formation and do that. But that kind of parameter is useless. What does it do? It does nothing. So then what I do is I say, where's the most significant, obvious visual? And that's the body of that candle back in March of 2020. Oh, it was 25. Yep, 25. And the open price was 57.42. So I'm going to 57.42, and the base, I don't have to do the base because it's walking the 9-period moving average. Even when it pulled back, look how what a wonderful indicator this is. Technical Friday, right? A wonderful indicator this 914 is. Price for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 8 weeks goes underneath the black 14-period moving average, and yet the green 9-period moving average is strong as it's like a spring-loaded move to the upside. Whoosh, it goes up. All right, that's a real big positive. Stochastic's at 81%, so that's over 80%. That's good. All the technicals are good, and it's leg D. So what I would do is I'd grab this, and I'd say, you know what, I'm going to go right here, and I'm going to say those are my parameters. So 37, it's trading at 48 right now, is a worst-case scenario for support, but the best-case scenario is the 200-period moving average. No, I'm sorry, the green 9-period moving average at 40, right? So that's a worst-case basis. Not the very worst, but a worst-case basis. I love what I'm seeing. I think it's ready for a little bit of a consolidation, but the 9-period moving average on the day is at 45, and the 14-period moving average is 44. I think I'll draw it in for you in a moment, and I'll be right back. Dow's of 300 points.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstack's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstack releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Building wealth trading in the stock market seems impossible to most people. They think it's too volatile and risky. Most people aren't going to take the time to educate themselves on how to do it right. But you're not most people, are you? At TFNN, you'll get the guidance you need to refine your strategies and techniques to invest like a pro. Because you'll be a pro. All TFNN subscriptions, books, software, and courses are available at TFNN.com. And I'm even going to tell you how to get them for less. Use TFNN's Tiger Dollars and you'll get up to a 20% bonus on your purchase. And once you apply them to your account, Tiger Dollars are automatically used for all future or recurring charges. Tiger Dollars also never expire, are fully transferable, and are a great way to add savings to your newsletters or services. Become the investor you were born to be at TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
This portion of the Tiger Technicians Hour is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
So let me just say that we're looking at GRAL, that's Grail. This is Okay, let me just look at that. On the February the 20, I'm going to go to, February the 20th of 2025. That's this year, because it made its major high at 63.99, just missed by a penny, a round number high on the 18th. So this is the level that I'm looking at here, 51.22, and it's trading at 47.27. And I have it, this is a little longer. I would prefer not to go this far, but I'm going to say that by the 4th of July, it should tackle the 51.22 left side high. And then I think it's going to take a breather before it goes on to the next step. But your question is, will it go to the all-time high? The major high was made in February. And the answer is, from the power that it's got right now, if the stochastic, which is 76% at any point, can get to 82 or 83%, I would say that the open of that month, which was at 57, in the 57s, that would be my target. I don't know about the major high, when, but I'm just saying that if it's able to really see the MACD continue nicely and the stochastic actually get up into the 83% and holding flat, yes, then that's the way I would look at it. It's very positive right now. Just on a very short-term basis, it looks like it's very close to some kind of a pullback. Okay, I hope that helps you. Next question came in. This is Heinz, it's KHC. Could I do an analysis? So KHC, boy, I've looked at this periodically only because we have a senator here in Massachusetts who married up for the second time and became extremely wealthy. And married into the Heinz crowd. And I've been just watching this thing, and it just makes lower highs and lower lows. There's something wrong with this company. There's just something in this environment when you've got other food companies that have done well. This has just been horrible. So the question is, what about now? This is the first time that it's starting to make a base. So what I would say to you, is I'm hesitant even to say start a little nibble, because it is just an ugly, ugly chart. But I can just tell you this. This is a different move to even the little arch formation within a rectangle that it made from May. And even the weekly chart is the first time we've got a little doji candle above the previous high. So this is the first time there's a hint that KHC, trading at 25.82, a full 2 cents right now, has the potential to at least tackle this candle, this Chapman inverted red Roman candle from the 13th of June at 26.89. Let's call it 26.80. 26.80. This is the first time, and that's only a point higher. But if it starts to do that, I would say, I would recommend. Now, this pattern says when it gets down towards the low that was made, most multi-year low, was on the 17th of June at 25.69. So I'm going to make this suggestion. So you've got your eye on it, and my thinking here is, you want to have a look at it because you think it's getting to a point where it should bounce, because at this point to short it from here, sometimes this is the greatest time to short it because you get a straight down move. The way it's holding here, it says there's something going on that gives it just a little bit of strength. The technicals are having a little more strength than it did on the last low. So I'm inclined to say yes. Now, if I put a note here, my notes here, to on Monday or Tuesday, preferably Tuesday, I'm going to put Tuesday KHC with a big question mark. And here's what I'm going to recommend. If you play options, let's not call it play options. You use options in your positioning. I'm going to suggest it's a 25.80. If there is a 27.50 call option, not for July, but make it for August, I would start nibbling there. And that's the safest way. Why? Because if this really works, there's going to be a really quick move into the 26.5 to 27 area if this is going to be a takeoff phase, and we don't know. That's the way I would play. So let's hold off right now. Normally I say nibble because it's in the lower band of the rectangle, and therefore it should be moving up to the higher band, but that's only 30, 40, 50 cents. I'm not interested in that right now. I need a breakout. So let's hold off, and I will look at it again, but keep your eye on it, because as a potential in this rotational market where fund managers are now going to say, hey, I've got a question in the den I'm going to get to in a moment about missing out. What do you do? So this is what I'm going to say is that the fund managers are going to start to look what happened to W. Even today, it's up again to a new recovery high. This is Wayfair. And look at the monthly charts, horrible, but it's improving. The weekly charts are way better, got the V-shaped pattern and the daily. So this is stock that just got creamed over 90% down. So fund managers are going to be looking for something like this. But I would just hold off. All right, next question came in. Let's go sequentially. CFLT, we looked at this the other day, I believe. Yeah, so this is trying to go back. It's at 24.52, down 33 cents. Confluent Inc., A shares. I said it was in a rectangle formation, and that makes it very difficult to play. A much longer one than we were just looking at the KHC. Look, this has gone on for over 2 years, 3 years, just sideways. And what I'd say is I can't do anything, but when it's in the lower range, you might have a tradable move to the upside. Well, the weekly says this is a peak A, this is an A, that's a B. So it's got a B, and it's holding okay. So what do you do? So let's just say you're in it. Can you please check on a weekly? Oh, on a weekly, yes. So the weekly says, I can't put an up arrow yet, but I can call this trough A, trough B. Trough B, let's make it a small b right there. Okay, and that's an A, uppercase. That's an A, but it's underneath the previous, and that's a B. So I'm now starting to look at Confluent a little more positively, especially since yesterday's big move up. Today's giving back some, but it says that it's walking the 9-period moving average. So two things. Would I buy it or sell it right now? I'd actually be inclined, if I was asked about it and I really had to say either yes or no, I'd say yes. At down to 24.52, I would just have a little starter position at 24.52, with my target being the 200-period moving average of 25.25. So that's 50 cents away, and that'll be leg D. At that point, you'll have so much information because it'll have started leg C, and that leg in the weekly chart. And then what happening, the 9-period moving average in the weekly chart will improve just a little bit. The MACD is already turned up and the stochastic's good. So yes, I'm going to say, if you aren't in it and you want to start a position because you like it already, you just want to know when to get in, right? It's pulling back, but at 24.53, I would give it a 1-point stop. And let's just deal with that, a small position, and I'll tell you when to add to it as it moves up, if it moves up. I'll be right back.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
All right, so just to complete it with CFLT, if you are in it, I would just say just don't do anything right now. It's acting quite well. If you're not in it and you want to look at it and you think that there's enough upside, if it starts to break into, it's at 24.52 right now, if it's able to get into the 26s, the very early part of July, that would be a really good sign. It's got a lot of upside resistance to break, but it's in this long rectangle, sideways rectangle in the monthly chart, and it hasn't even broken to the halfway mark. And once it gets there, that'll be a first sign of positive thoughts. Okay, so now let's do this next question. Just real quickly, Microsoft, all-time high. As I say, we've got a number of stocks that are at all-time highs. So at 497.73, leg D, I think it's getting really close to at least a bit of a digestive phase, and that would be maybe going down to where it was a week ago, down to the 470s maybe, 5% if that. The weekly chart's fantastic, leg B. What was the other one? Oh, and Robinhood, yes, correct, Dan. Yesterday you said you were looking to the short side, and I said, yep, it looks toppy, but I'm not sure just what would happen. And look at this 3 sideways candles, well, big red, all-time high, and then it's stuck with inside bars. This is like distribution, very short term. It looks fantastic on the weekly chart, and the monthly chart broke to. So I didn't have a chance. I did have a chance, and I forgot to mention it. So we had the questions about the double tops. Remember I said the V-shaped double top potential and the cup formation is different. See, that's why I'm a little nervous about Robinhood. And I say we still got our positions from 16. But this is at 85 on the left side, August high of 2021. Comes down to the 6s, and now it goes right back to where? 85.55. This is where I'm looking at a little topping action and saying that it could pull back a little bit, but it has so much support that it have to be having some kind of bad news that really takes it down into the 73s. I really wish it would get to 77s, 75 so we can do an assessment. So the question came in, Basil, as a new subscriber and not having many of your stock picks, do you still see a pullback soon to buy? Market just flies higher on the smallest pullbacks with no time to buy. So, well, as a subscriber, I hope you got the one from yesterday. Remember, I did the whole analysis and I explained why I was doing it, what I was doing it for, and what happened so that we only took the one position instead of the 2, and that's BBI, Big Bear. BBI is a symbol that specializes in national security, and it had that ugly candle, that big red candle, but it was the green candle, and I thought it would just pop up a little bit and then pull back, and I wanted 2 positions. But the one was much lower down, at about 452, I think it was. And what happened was, we only got the one position, and then it screened, and we managed to take a small percentage gain, and then a 15% gain on a third position right there, because it double topped at exactly the target that we had. Now it's made a higher high of 598. Actually, earlier on, pre-market it went to 604, and now it's pulling back. How it pulls back is going to be very important. So you've got to also be able to take the other positions that we have, but I know what you're saying. You're saying, what do we do with position? How do we get into a Microsoft at a new level? How do we get into a Robinhood at a new level? How do we get into AIQ, which is we have even added positions in AIQ. Look how it is, all-time high. But the tiniest move for Global X artificial intelligence, I'm really shocked. I'm happy that we've been in for so long, since look way down there. But this is AI. It should be up screaming. You remember with the bots we used to have. That was the robots, ETF, and then with the hack, they fly when they move. I don't know why this is so sluggish, actually, considering everybody talks about AI. Anyway, Microsoft has kind of done what this one should have done. So, yeah, what do you do? Well, we just have to wait. But I have now a different plan because of what happened with the very quick, the speedy reversal from last weekend, negative to Monday morning, to everything that happened this week has been a remarkable move. Because of the bombing in Iran, that really changed things tremendously. It took a whole chunk off the table, which was there a week ago. So all I can say is we have to move when conditions change. So we'll get positions, have patience. We've got a lot of patience, and we'll get the next group that really move higher. And just even the GE that we have, look at this, going back towards its all-time high. If it breaks 257.47, we're in a 198, and it's here. Look at this. There's not much you can do. You're going to grab it now with about, with 2 points to go to an all-time high. This is real tough to do, but sometimes you do have to do that, and we might start doing some of that. We'll see. But in the meantime, I'm looking at low-price positions right now, so we can put smaller money to work, so we got the capital for anything coming up that is a sudden big slide to the downside. This question came up so this is funny, got a question about PR, QR. Well, I had written this down this morning, way earlier, at about 6 o'clock when I was doing my work. This is Pro QR Therapeutics NV. Oh my, look at that. I had drawn this in here as a Chapman Wave Instant, a really good example. I wrote it down here. A very good example of a Chapman Wave Instant restart. Peak D, 1 bar rest, and then the next bar takes it out and it starts an E, and you can think of it as with a 9-period moving average strong, think of it as E. Back of your mind, you say A. F/B, G/C, and that almost always goes to a D. And where did it go to today? D. So the target is going into July. 289 is the 200-period moving average that it broke down from back in around about November of last year. Big, ugly red candle. So that now it's a declining 200-period moving average. But I'd only say 289 if it's able to trade. It doesn't have to. It just has to tag 271. And you say, big deal. Why? If it gets to 271 from 249, that's already 30 cents. And then you say, oh, big deal, another 20 cents. It's a big deal because when it hits the 200-period moving average, you've got a whole new dynamic. It's like a magnet. That's what you want, because now it says, I'm going to be stuck here for a little while. That's good. Okay, so the key support now is this candle's low, 217 today. I'd say 230 to 210. That's what you got to watch for. Hope that helps you. So wait, did I finish with that BBAI? No, I didn't. BBAI. Yeah, so where would I target this on the upside? This is, because it's in national security, AI technology, it's like PLTR, which is really the leader, I guess, down today after making a peak C, huh? Whoa. A, B, C. It should still go to a D. So this is a very good action, all-time highs yesterday, and in the 140s, and now it's at 138.47, down 573. So, yeah. So all I'm saying is that in that category, that's what you want to be looking at. So BBAI, I would put it at looking out. If at any point it can get to the middle of this monthly candle of 760, if it can have a close on a weekly basis above 760, I'd say it would target very quickly the high of 10.36 that was made back in, I think it was February or March. Okay, I'll be right back. We've got just another segment to go. We've got a bunch of questions coming in still. INMD as we go to the break. Yeah, this is just starting a nice move to
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pros pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
So we're looking at PBI, which is Pitney Bowes at 11.22, up 27 cents. Leg E, weekly chart, leg C, it's at 11.21, up 27 cents. I remember Peaky was talking about this way back. I said, I've got this flashing on my, I meant to call them about this, about my screener, which has the low price stocks under $10. And it showed, I said, why on earth would Pitney Bowes be? Wasn't that a has-been stock? Has-been stock goes down to the twos, and now it's trading at 11.21. Look at this, higher highs and higher lows. Chapman Robinson restarted the monthly chart. Leg C in the weekly. Yes, very good eye. It's doing something. This does shipping, mailing, and financial solutions, offer software equipment. Oh, man, it's doing so well. Yeah, very good. Yeah, I love it, and I'd say that the area of the 1030 to 950, 930 is really good support. It's doing very, very well, and I wouldn't be surprised if it gets to the 12s very soon. Okay, good. So let me just do this. I'll be doing my It's not a webinar. It's like a webinar. I'll be doing my video, my hour and a half, whatever it is, hour and a quarter, whatever it takes, after the close today for my subscribers. It's only for subscribers. It's every Friday afternoon or maybe Saturday morning, usually Friday afternoon. And it is for your viewing. It's where we are, what we've been looking at, what's worked, what are we going to do this coming week, what do we want, what stocks are we looking at, why we're looking at them. It's very comprehensive. It's like a webinar, but I haven't had a chance to put together a webinar for the general public. Anyway, so that's going to be this afternoon. So check out my opening call daily newsletter. We've had some really nice things. I mean, we did a 15% gain in a day and a half on one of them. And yeah, we're making little losses, but our biggies are real big. So just check that out. And the other thing I want to say, you got Steve Rhodes coming up. She'll be a wonderful show. Larry's finishing up his live webinar in another hour, and then he'll be back. So a great program. Tommy wraps us up at 3 o'clock. So have a wonderful weekend, and just be prepared for anything come next week, because we need bad news to really get the market to tank. There's nothing yet, so we'll see what happens.